Hi, good morning. I'm Peter,
I'm Kari.
and today is our fifth video, sixth video,
Yep.
here on Sunday morning
With coffee.
with coffee. Cheers! Always have coffee in the morning.
We're on the porch.
Yeah, today we're on our porch,
Porch
looking out over
season.
out over the
Sea of green.
sea of green, our native flowers. And I guess I'll start by talking about my morning routine, or my what I've changed in the last 2 weeks is added back the meditation. I use a phone app that helps me, guides me through some meditation. I talked about stress, and one of the things that I did, I don't know, it's like 2014 or 2016, a couple years ago, I did this meditation thing, and I did like, 1,000 minutes of it, which really isn't that much, but I mean, it helped. And then I decided, I'm going to stop doing that, or I don't know why. Oh, it was a financial thing. It's like, it's an app and you pay for it, but it helps. And so what would happen...
It's been proven to help you.
Yeah, I mean...
You are receptive to it.
Like, there are palpable, benefits for me to stop for 10 minutes and breathe. And this, and the way that this works, it's really cool. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just do it. And
you've noticed 2 benefits? Or?
Yeah. So right away when I started 2 weeks ago, I went to school, and I'm like, wow, I was just less stressful about what the students were doing. They weren't getting on my last nerve or whatever regularly through that day after doing it. And then, recently, the other benefit was, I sleep. I have like bad dreams or something like that, and I hate them. So I listen to talk radio when I sleep if it affects me, and then it just kind of puts me to sleep. I used to watch Tour de
It was a
France
coping
films.
mechanism when your brother taught you that when you were young.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to the radio.
Put on the radio, yeah. So I'd always have something to occupy my brain while I was sleeping. Then I didn't have dreams, and that was okay, but this meditation has sort of stopped that. I mean, the only time I have weird dreams now is when I wake up and I try to go back to sleep again, but that's normal, I think. But at night, I haven't had those dreams for the last 2 weeks, basically.
And that's the only thing that's changed is the meditation app that you've been
That's
using. That's the only thing you've done different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was going to try to use money as an excuse to not do it, which we were laughing about.
Yeah, and then complain about, having bad dreams, and then complain about being stressed out when it's not worth it to just have
if you
those
have access to something that works for you.
Those 2 things, stress and sleep, are known carcinogens. So, why not do things to make those
lack
better?
of sleep is a carcinogen.
Yeah, lack of sleep is carcinogen. And just do one thing and it works. If it doesn't work for you, whatever. It works for me, so I recommend trying it.
I'm going to talk about moods. I don't know if... I think only my really, really close people in my life know about my moods. Because I sort of keep a distance when I'm like in what I would call a negative space. I keep a distance. I keep a distance. Unfortunately, I can do that. I feel I have the freedom to do that. That's also an opportunity for me to give myself a pep talk. Like, how would I encourage someone else or what would I do for someone else if they were having my experience, and it helps me reach deeper within myself. But between the 2 of us, it's hard not to take on because we are so closely, we don't have to talk. We can communicate without talking just by being together, there's such an intense communication that's already happening that it's hard not to take on each other's moods and have each other's moods affect us, or not take them personally. And I think we still fall into that sometimes, but we know that that's not the solution, that the solution is, to probably come from the side door with a surprise to the
laughter or a surprise.
It's hard not to take it personally or let it affect you, I think.
And it's easy to forget that to change a mood is to laugh or something like that,
Change your geography. As far as like, walk, get out and go on a walk, or nature helps. Anyway.
And I'm talking about like just a mood swing, like, when you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off and it puts you in a bad mood. We're talking about like a 3 or 4 day. Kari has a swing. It's not a swing.
It's cyclical. It's like 3 weeks and 3 weeks.
Sometimes.
It's cyclical, and I would be very critical and very concerned and very judgmental of it, but I've read so much about creative minds and artists that I I've learned so much about creative minds, and have learned that that's pretty, not that it's acceptable, but it is typical. And so, and it has to just be acceptable because I'm doing the best I can do with it. We watched, who's that Shannon guy from Shannon from Blind Melon, or what song
No
is
Rain?
No Rain? I just think about, there's especially musicians, highly creative musicians, we lose them at such an early age through
depression,
through
anxiety,
things they could avoid doing.
Right.
But I think that it's so, there's such, in the creative mind, there's such an intensity that just won't let up. And if you don't have outlets to get it, to put it places, it just gets, inner intensity gets so, like, you just want to check out from it every once in a while. But there isn't a way to do that, which is why I see why people, I can see why people, if they don't have like a support system, or they go to drugs, or they go to alcohol, or they go to whatever they go to escape the creative mind, that's just like, it's not always positive. Usually when we think about creativity, we have you associate positivity with it. But I think there's a dark side that comes with it too, and that's learning to manage that for me. And I can talk about how I do that, but we can talk about that later, but that's been going on. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought that with my athletes too.
it's just like it's an ebb and flow, I am addicted to the zen of like what it feels like to be in the moment painting, and I can't have that all the time. That's not accessible all the time. And I have other outlets, like I write a lot. That is one of my that's a bigger outlet than painting, because I can access that every day. So I think that's all we have to say, right?
Yeah, the races went well. I've had 2 good weekends of riding. I used to be super critical of those.
They were such solid rides. Right. 2 weekends of solid rides, and safe and really consistent.
Yeah.
Not losing time, like just staying the course, stay in the course.
Steadily going
steady.
Better.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Cheers.
Cheers.